Okay, and welcome to the Renaissance Man podcast. This is the podcast for driven people, helping you unlock your potential. Guys, we go over business, we go over spirituality and our connection with God, we go over fitness, and we go over family and relationships. God, we're gonna cover a wide host of topics on the Renaissance Man podcast. Hence, why it's called the Renaissance Man podcast. We want to be well-rounded, and we want to have multi-dimensional success. And I'm really excited about today's podcast because today's show is labeled "Fitness is the Foundation to Success." Fitness is the foundation to success. Now, I know it seems probably pretty self-explanatory and obvious, but I want to go over why fitness is the foundation to success and how we can make it a part of our lives and where you can implement it and have success today. Because theory is only good, it's only theory, right? And we're not lacking information nowadays. We're not lacking education. We're not lacking awareness. We're lacking application, and we're lacking action. So that's what today's podcast is going to be focused on, is how do we help you integrate a fitness life today where you can take action today. Okay. Fitness is a foundation to success. Guys, why is fitness critical to success? Number one, it's massively important because when you are working out consistently and when you're exercising consistently, you just feel better. Okay. I don't think it doesn't take a rocket scientist to kind of figure that out. You feel better. You have more energy. Your mental clarity is on point. Your self-image, you're feeling good about yourselves. You're following through. Your self-confidence goes through the roof. Guys, fitness is the foundation for all of that. And I think it's really, really important to understand that if you can get your fitness in order and you can get your physical body under control, a lot of other areas of your life will start to kind of fall into place. And it kind of happens naturally. They call this a keystone action, a keystone habit. What that means is when you execute on this keystone habit and you're being proactive on it, it has this side effect that goes into other areas of your life just organically and naturally. And that's a really, really powerful principle, because it allows you to have a greater ROI on your life when you just focus and execute on this one action. Fitness, why is it critical to your success? Is obviously, guys, listen, it's hard to control other parts of your life if you can't control your physical body. It's really, really difficult. There's very few things in life that we can control. Very, very few things. Matter of fact, we can't control 95% of the things in life, but we can control, one thing we can control is our fitness. Okay. If you don't have a serious ailment, or any sort of serious medical condition, and you're, somewhat healthy, then you have the ability to control your fitness. And I want to help you guys be able to execute on that today. And this is going to be quick to the point, but I want this to be something tangible that you can take action on and start moving the needle today in your physical fitness. Why fitness is critical. Okay. How fitness directly impacts our success. Number one is our self-image, our core identity. When you start focusing on your fitness and you start changing your body and you start having physical results and your body starts, looking better and you start feeling better, your core identity actually starts to shift and transform naturally. What happens is you start shifting your belief systems organically just by changing your body. It's like this weird metamorphosis that happens. And guys, I've been through the transformation. Okay. I'm 39 years old. And all through my high school career, I was overweight, probably 60, 70 pounds overweight. I'm 6'3" now. When I graduated high school, I was right at 6 foot. I was a late bloomer. And when I graduated high school, I started my fitness journey right around that time. And I lost 60 pounds right out of high school. So I went from like 260 pounds to 200 pounds, within, I think, 4 or 5 months after graduation. And I did that sort of by accident. I started playing a lot of pickup game basketballs. I started going to a 24-hour fitness in Friendswood, Texas. every evening and playing pickup games for 3 or 4 or 5 hours, and I just enjoyed playing ball. And I started losing weight, and I didn't even know I was losing weight until someone mentioned it, and they said, "Hey, Blake, it looks like you're losing some weight." And I was like, "Well, maybe I am." So I got on the scale, and when I got on the scale, I lost like 10 pounds, 11 pounds. I was so blown away because I'm like, this is crazy. Like I've always kind of struggled with this body situation that I had. I was overweight. I overate. I used to drink, 8 or 9, 10 Dr. Peppers a day. That's a true story. And I would, eat pizza, burgers, cupcakes. And that was pretty much my diet. I just enjoyed, drinking soda. I would get like a liter of soda. I didn't drink a lot of water. And then I would have these moments where I would try to lose weight, during that time. And I just had a really, really, really hard time staying consistent, for multiple reasons, mainly because I didn't see momentum. I didn't see any sort of change. So when I didn't see change, it was discouraging for me. So what I want to get to, guys, is one of the key hacks here is shifting your self-image as you're on this fitness journey. Now, when I got on that scale and I noticed that I lost 10 pounds, something happened to my self-image. It was crazy. I remember it like it was yesterday. I went from a belief of I am this person who is overweight. Okay. That was my core belief, my core identity, to wait a minute. I have the belief that I can change my body. So my whole identity didn't shift overnight, but I at least went into the right direction. I went from I am this person who is overweight, and I shifted that belief to I am the type of person that can change my body. Now, that core transformation, because I got, external feedback, which was very powerful, that was evidence to that belief. It just made me more hungry. It was crazy. It was like a shot in the arm. It was like a boost of adrenaline, a motivation. Like I was like, wow, wait a minute. I was excited because I'm like, I can actually do this. And I think when it comes to fitness, and by the way, guys, I ended up becoming a personal trainer. I was a personal trainer for 10 years. Okay. I trained probably over 400 clients in, 15, 20,000 sessions, individual personal training sessions. So this was like this for my clients as well. Is the way fitness works is you pick up steam and momentum as you get results. So a lot of times, people are like, oh man, it's hard, it's tough. And in the beginning, it's hard. It's always harder in the beginning. Once you start getting momentum, then it all kind of just starts taking place, right? But what happens, guys, is your core image, your self-identity starts to change. And it changes, for me, it changed from I am this person who is overweight into I am the person that can change my body. Then I end up losing 60 pounds. I was like, wow, this is unbelievable. People start giving me positive feedback. They say, man, Blake, you're looking good. I'm feeling good, right? I'm feeling good. And then that really sparked my whole fitness journey. And that was 19 years old. And I've been doing this for 20 years since. And it's wonderful. And I've had ups and downs in the journey, guys. So I'm not going to tell you right now, this fitness journey has not been perfect. But it shifted my self-image. Once my self-image shifted completely into I am the person who exercises every day. I am the person who is in shape. I am the person that lives a healthy lifestyle. That core identity now becomes just kind of like concrete and becomes just part of who I am. And I can't help but live that belief system. I can't help it. Matter of fact, going against that belief and going against that image is actually very uncomfortable for me. It actually is painful. So that's what I want to get at, guys, is that this is all this stuff, especially, life in general is very subjective. It's not concrete. We're living from a place of our core identity. We're living from a place of our core beliefs, and we're living from a place of our self-image. That's where everything kind of starts. We want to be congruent with who we are, which I think is a great thing, right? Humans want to be congruent. We want to be in alignment with who we are. I think that's awesome. But the key is if we have some things that are not serving us, what we need to do is we need to shift that identity, shift that core image so we can start living from that new place. And that comes much more naturally, much more organic. It's not forced. Okay. So the first thing is how fitness directly impacts your success is number one, it shifts your core identity. Very, very important. Number two, it's the message you deliver to the world, right? Our bodies, in a sense, are walking billboards, whether we want to realize it or not. And listen, it's not to judge anyone who is not into fitness, or judge them that they are into fitness. The point is we're delivering some sort of message unconsciously to the world. So what you want to do is when you shift your fitness and you're able to, dial in your exercise, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but you start seeing some progress, that energy just kind of just unconsciously communicates to everybody around you, right? People start to pick up that thing, and it's all unconscious. It's not something that's spoken, but you're basically a walking billboard. Okay, so you're a walking billboard of self-discipline, a walking billboard of energy, a walking billboard of self-care, self-love, of self-respect. You're a walking billboard of I care about my health and my well-being. And those things unconsciously get communicated to other people around you, and it get communicated to the world, which, guys, I think is really, really important, especially if you are a driven person looking to unlock your potential, which you are because you're watching this podcast. So when you dial in your fitness, you are expanding upon the message that you're communicating to the world and to the people around you. And that message is, I am disciplined. I care about my well-being. I care about my health. I'm responsible. I'm able to control the things in my environment. I'm able to follow through. These are things that we're communicating to other people around us, and that actually helps us in other areas of our life. It builds more trust, it builds more credibility, and it helps us in our relationships. It just does, right? And we feel better. When we feel better about ourselves, we tend to give a better version to the world as well, because it's hard to give to other people if you don't have it yourself. It's almost impossible. You can't give from an empty place. So those are the two main things, right? That how fitness directly impacts your success. Number one, it's your self-image, right? And your core identity, which increases that. That naturally helps you be able to take action and stay in alignment with that new image. And number two, it's the positive message that you deliver to the world when you take care of your physical fitness, okay? And that's always a positive thing. Now, the last thing, which is just as important as the first two, but it's more of a self thing, is your own energy, your own performance, and your mental health and clarity. So energy, performance, and mental health. Those three aspects they get expanded upon as you dial in your physical fitness. When you dial in your physical fitness, your physical energy goes up. It's crazy because you would think if you're working out every day and you're exercising, an hour a day or 2 hours a day or whatever it may be, and you're more physically active, you would think that you'd be more tired. And yeah, you may be worn out from a good workout, but overall what happens is your sense of energy, your sense of endurance, your sense of stamina actually gets increased as you exercise more. You have more oxygen in your blood system. You have more oxygen to your brain. And it just kind of gives you a natural high. And for me personally, if I go a day without moving my body or doing some sort of physical exercise, I feel lethargic. I feel a little funky. I feel like there's kind of like a fog over my eyes, and it actually makes me a little, I don't want to say depressed, but a little tired, right? I just feel a little tired if I don't exercise. So typically I like to move my body every single day, and when I do, it increases my mental clarity, and it relieves brain fog. It actually, in my opinion, it's a great stress reliever. So, for your mental health, it increases your mental health as well. It helps you relieve stress, helps you be able to work through stuff. So if you're having a bad day, you can go get a good workout in, and it helps you kind of just get all that junk out of your system. I love exercising for the mental health and the mental clarity aspect, but also, God, it's that physical energy, that physical endurance, that physical stamina that you increase as you work out every single day. And it also helps with your performance, okay? So your business and your work performance, you're able to execute at a higher level. You're able to stay more focused. You're able to, outdo your competition, so to speak, because you are filled with energy, oxygen, and you're just alive. Your body feels awake, right? And you're able to execute at a high level and perform at a high level. And guys, in business and entrepreneurship, or in any sort of work that you're in, if you're a driven person, you care about your vocation, you care about your output. This will increase your productivity when you increase your physical fitness. So those are the three main benefits for increasing your fitness success. Now, There's many other benefits, and we don't have the time to go over those things, but those are the three main ones, guys. Especially for you, if you're watching this, you're going to be able to relate and understand that these are massive benefits for you. So number one, it shifts your self-image and your core beliefs. It's going to transform. It's a metamorphosis. You're literally going to transform from a person of I don't have the physical fitness. I may be overweight, or I may be underweight, or whatever it may be, and you're going to transform that into I am the type of person that is in shape, exercises every day, eats clean nutrition. It becomes an identity, a self-belief. Guys, that's when it becomes easy. Oftentimes when people look at people that are quote unquote in shape, it looks like discipline. And I guess it is to a degree. Guys, it is harder not to be that. Once you get to a place where you eat clean, you exercise every day, you drink a gallon of water, you go to sleep on time, you get 8 hours of sleep or whatever, and you eat your vitamins and all that, that is not discipline once you pick up momentum. What happens is your core identity actually gets like concrete around that. It's more painful to not do that. But outside people looking in say, oh man, it's so disciplined. Guys, it's not. It's effortless. It's effortless. It's second nature. It's actually more difficult to go against it. But the key secret is to morph your identity to that person. Once you do that, it's effortless. It actually becomes painful to go against it. Remember, number two, it's the message that you're delivering to the world. The message of, I care about my fitness. I am a disciplined person. I can follow through. I take action. I can control the controllables. And number three is increasing your mental health, your energy, and your mental clarity. All right. Now, let's go over some things that prevent fitness improvement. Okay. I think it's important to understand, the things that prevent us from making those changes. Then we can get into kind of a quick action plan that you can implement today for a fitness transformation. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, the first thing that prevents a fitness transformation is you're not getting emotional. And I know this is going to sound crazy. Like, Blake, what are you talking about? You're not getting emotional. Guys, if you want to make a fitness transformation, you cannot logic your way through this, okay? You can't spreadsheet your way through this. And by the way, you can't should your way through this. If you should your way through this, you will never have success. If this is coming from anything other than a place of like deep emotional drive, it won't be long sustaining. I'm going to tell you something. If you go to the doctor and the doctor says, hey, you need to lose 15 pounds, but you really don't connect with it emotionally, you're not going to make a change. I don't care if the doctor says, you have 10 months to live. Most people aren't going to change. They're just not connected to it emotionally. If someone in your family says, hey, you need to do this, you need to go on an exercise program, but it doesn't resonate with you emotionally, you're not going to execute, you're not going to take action because you just don't care, right? And by the way, if you don't care, you don't care. So what I'm saying is you got to get emotional with this. Typically when it comes to fitness, this is how it works, because I've trained over 400 clients and 20,000 sessions. This is what I've realized. And I'm not making this up. I'm not the one that coined this, but you get my drift. When the pain overrides the current circumstances, change happens. When the pain overrides the current circumstances, change happens. So what does that mean? Typically what I have seen with my past fitness clients is something bad happened. Okay. Something really bad happened. I'm just going to give you some examples. It's not all pretty. Okay. These are examples, guys. Husband cheats on the wife. Wife is distraught. She wants to get herself in shape. She's driven. It's emotional. It's anger, and a good anger. I want to change. I want to transform. Okay. Guy gets picked on. Guy gets bullied. Someone's bullying him or, making fun of him because of his physique. He's pissed. He's angry. It's emotional. Fitness transformation happens. Pain. There's a lot of pain, right? Someone close to them, God forbid, passes away because of a health issue. It's scary. It's painful. Change happens. Typically, it's something very emotional that sparks a massive physical transformation. It could be you don't realize how you look. You see yourself in a picture and you just have this massive pain, and that pain shifts into a transformation. Now, does it have to get to that place? No, it does not have to. And the reason why I'm bringing this up, because I want to help you be able to proactively do this without having some catastrophe happen. Like, we don't want catastrophes in our lives, right? But you're going to have to get emotional. You have to get emotional when it comes to a fitness transformation. If you do not get emotional, you will not change. Guys, you have to connect with some deep reservoir of drive and emotion. You cannot logic your way through this. This is not a math class. Guys, you're not going to be able to spreadsheet your way through this. You're not going to be able to mind map it, okay? You just got to get down to the nitty gritty. This is caveman stuff. This is primal energy. Like I need to change. I am fired up for a freaking change. I need to be so emotionally connected to this. And you got to have a little bit of a chip on your shoulder. Like go prove somebody wrong. Go think of someone who disrespected you. Someone that said that you couldn't do it. Someone that says you couldn't lose the weight. Someone that treated you negatively or bullied you or picked on you. Because I had all these things happen to me when I was in high school. I was invisible. I wore a hoodie all year around in Texas. I grew up in Alvin, Texas. Freaking 104 degrees in the summer. I had a hoodie on because I wanted to cover up myself. I'm sweating like a freaking mofo, but I would rather do that because I don't want people to make fun of me because I was overweight. Okay. I didn't feel comfortable with myself. And yeah, it was a painful process, but guess what? That pain helped me transform. And so you have to connect with something emotional. So before you get on this fitness improvement and this fitness transformation, get emotional. Like allow yourself to be deeply driven. Get pissed up, get pissed off, get stirred up, get a little angry, get a little like I'm done. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Guys, you will not have a massive fitness transformation unless you get really emotional. I'm going to tell you right now, some of my past clients that I had, some of the biggest freaking fitness transformations, it came from a dark place. It came from a dark place, right? People get cheated on. Someone leaves them, someone bullied them. Someone made fun of them. They were ridiculed. They were mocked. Someone passed away. So, a massive health scare. It's unbelievable, man. But the human spirit is so powerful. And so when you get emotionally connected to this, guys, you will have a freaking massive transformation. You're going to need that energy to catapult you and to move you forward. Now, the second thing that prevents people from fitness improvement, the first one was you're not getting emotional. The second one is you're not focused on habits. Okay. Now, what do I mean by this? Oftentimes with fitness, we only focus on the outcomes. We only focus on the end result. Don't do that. Screw the end result, dude. Focus on the process. When it comes to fitness, it's what you do every single day that compounds on each other. You're not gonna have a completely different body in 1 week. Not even 1 month. Typically, I'm going to tell you right now from my experience of being a personal trainer for so long and seeing so many body transformations, guys, it's going to take probably a good 90 days, right? A good solid 90 days and you're going to start seeing a physical external change, okay? And typically other people are going to see the change before you do. That's typically how it works. So you go through this process where because you see yourself every single day in the mirror, it's harder for you to see the change. So you're going to have other people externally give you positive feedback. By the way, it's very motivating when someone gives you positive feedback because it validates your work and your effort. But you're going to have that happen first. And then in about 90 days after you stay consistent on your journey, you yourself are going to start to see external actual big results in the mirror, and that's going to catapult you. And guys, by then, if you can make it 90 days, if you're emotionally driven, if you're emotionally connected, if you're just fired up, lit up, stirred up, pissed off, and ready to roll, guys, your self-image has massively transformed in that 90 days. And that's where the magic really starts to happen. So guys, it takes a good 90 days, but I want you to focus on habits. Focus on the controllables, okay? Like focus on the execution. Don't worry about the outcomes. The outcomes are only going to come from the execution. And physical fitness, guys, you can't think your way through this, all right? I'm a big proponent of meditation, visualization, and mindset, but you can't mindset your way through a physical change. You got to physically execute and bust your ass, right? And it feels good, by the way. So don't think it's a bad thing, but you got to focus on habits. So guys, number one, get emotional. Okay. That's it. Not getting emotional is what prevents fitness transformations. Not focusing on habits prevents it. So you need to focus on habits, focus on the execution, focus on the building blocks only, and the results will come. The last thing that prevents people from not having a fitness improvement, and then I'm going to go into like, the other side of the coin is, guys, is not embracing the high. Like, what people don't understand is physical exercise is a massive, massive endorphin rush. Guys, it is a natural high. There's a reason why people get addicted to it. It's a great addiction. I'm addicted to physical exercise. If I don't exercise, I feel like dog crap, okay? So listen, embrace it. That's what keeps you going. Embrace it. Guys, don't look at exercise as this sucks. Look at exercise as, I'm going to have a massive endorphin rush after this. I'm going to feel so good. I'm going to have so much dopamine and all these different brain chemicals that get released during my exercise. And I'm just going to feel all these endorphins. I'm going to feel great. When you push your physical body and you push your limits, something happens. You literally release all these chemicals and hormones and you feel phenomenal. Embrace that. The reason why, one of the things that prevents people from having massive fitness improvements is they don't embrace the fitness high. They only look at it as mundane, hard work. It's not, guys. It's fun. I'm telling you right now, like it's the people that exercise every day, that live quote unquote healthy lifestyles, guys, like you might perceive it as discipline, and yeah, I guess they are, but they're just addicted to the lifestyle. Their self-identity is just connected with, that's who they are. It's effortless. Okay. Now, sometimes you go on a fitness journey and you want to take yourself to the next level, and you want to do this, and you want to go from, 10% body fat to 5% body fat, or whatever it may be. And then, yeah, obviously new level, new challenge, and you're going to have to have some new disciplines. But generally speaking, once you get that momentum, you're unstoppable, dude. You're absolutely unstoppable. So guys, action plan to increase your fitness improvement, and we'll cap this right here, is number 1, get emotional, get driven. Guys, get pissed off. If you want to change your physical body, get angry. Find the emotional reservoir that's just waiting there to be tapped into. Guys, you're not going to logic your way through this, and you cannot should your way. If you feel like you should do this, you won't change. If your mama's saying do it, you won't do it. If your daddy's saying do it, you won't do it. If the doctor's saying do it, you won't do it. But if you must do it, you will do it. You can't should your way through this. Okay? You got to get emotional, get driven, find the edge, get pissed off, stirred up, ready to roll, fired up. That's what's going to cause the long-term massive transformation. Number 2, focus on habits versus outcomes. Only focus on the habits. Build your habits. Do the thing. Exercise, go to the gym, drink the water, just execute. Like, you guys, you can't think your way through this. You're going to have to do it. Okay. But don't focus on the outcome. Only focus on the habits. The habits produce the outcomes. The outcomes will take care of themselves. Number 3, embrace the fitness high. Embrace it. Embrace the endorphins. Embrace all the feel-good hormones that happen when you exercise. And if you do that, you will be on your way to a massive fitness transformation. So guys, listen. This is a Renaissance Man podcast. This is a podcast for driven people looking to unlock your potential. We go over business. We go over God. We go over family relationships. We go over mindset. We go over personal development. We go over all these things, guys. This is so important. High performance, productivity. This is for you. And today we went over fitness, and fitness is the foundation for your long-term success. So guys, really take fitness very, very serious. Transform your body, change your core identity. Guys, when you change your fitness, you change your identity. When you change your identity, all your actions will naturally happen effortlessly that correspond to you being successful in other areas of life. Go out there, make it happen, crush it, and let's roll.